End of Outsiders' signature style.
Yeah, and we should get ready to start pretty slow here today. You know, settle into your chairs, everybody, here in the Spodek and at home. Traditionally, one of the slowest maps in the pool. Let's see if it kicks off that way.
Chiron leading the pack. Said he's not nervous at all, he doesn't care. Let's see if his gameplay demonstrates that. You can see the trap is set. And kick it, lining up that smoke. You want to make sure that first one lands.
Yeah, MPL's actually in heaven here, so we'll have vision removed. Perfecto takes first contact and gets the first frag. Chiron down.
Yeah, now Electronic springs to action. Oof, and a nasty reaction. Flit onto Fame, team kill, and now he's gone. Advantage NaVi with a team kill in the mix. Outsiders, they have to resurrect their chances. A good shot from the cross. Simple brings him low. Kick it on 57. One back to the head of Simple. Loads of time, trying to cut it short with the plant. They've gotten away with that. Jame, covered by Kick It. Brothers in arms and now taken away. Members of NaVi. Simple's gone, it's up to Jame. Can he start with a bang? It seems so. One more, Jame denied. NPL holds his nerve. The first round he's played on a big stage, and he clutches up for NaVi.
Yeah, that's some positive reinforcement right there, and he earned that himself. That is a great way to kick things off for NaVi, and especially the young gun. You've got Chiron on the other side. He was the first death right here, so we do have these two young names in the server here today. We'll have to monitor how they kick off. Chiron throughout this event, he's the highest rated T-side pistol player we have left, and he went down first.
Schadenfreude in the Spodek.
So we have good plant and well, a one-on-one for MPL's confidence here, and Perfecto seemed to like that one. Big smile on his face early. But you know what that means? Outsiders will be able to get this force buy straight out the gates. An AK, a couple Galils, some Deagles.
Is this
mattering of util against...
an unusual complexion, Chad, with 4 SMGs?
Yeah, they've gone very util heavy here, NaVi.
How they just want to rot the clock even further.
But this is interesting on a map like Overpass, where you have so many long fights available to you. They've given the M4 to Simple, sure. Everybody else going to be wielding these pocket rockets as Perfecto has taken a whole lot of space here. So playing quite forward, NaVi. Want to constrict the Outsiders' movements early, but we know this is going to be a slow comb, a slow crawl. No rush.
We do have rush, though, on the Observer, kindly giving us all of that Counter-Strike action as it continues to unfold. Taken up long, and that was the bomb. Jame thinking better of it. He just wants to facilitate Fame for some map control. Going through the motions, process of elimination. And you talked about that utility. I still see plenty on the belts of NaVi.
Yeah, ready for a B defense as well. Still 3 players. Bit might have action in a moment here. The fight against Fame. Oof. And he's just going to back off here. Flash came over from the B site for that info. So they can rotate Simple over here.
Outsiders, 35. It's time to get those smokes in the air. Chiron trying to be that pointy end of the spear. Running out of time. NaVi's plan, it seems to be going to plan. Everything they needed, but the frags though, running them down is Perfecto. 2 on the MP9, a third with the pistol. That's a lot of damage. 15 seconds, nades are landing. Simple just needs to get one of these. One frag, header flit, tagged up, still alive with 20 HP.
Denied.
And it denies. The round falls apart. Jame now looking to get out of there. Maintain Chiron's rifle. And NaVi, they weather the storm. Outsiders. Oh, Jame holds on. He does preserve the rifle, only that to celebrate though.
Well, we're getting classic Outsiders here out the gates, right? Very late into those plays and then holding on to rifles. So they consistently can be a bit of an issue here for NaVi. Lost 4 players themselves. The reinvestments. See what they're able to scoop up here on either side of the server. If a plant came in, I would be expecting another Outsiders buy. But look at this skirmish. Just so many bodies there in the monster tunnel. And reading the play quite well there, NaVi. So early stages of this one looking very good for the big brother of the region.
Yeah, and it's an assumption we make when we see teams from the same region. They're going to be locking horns all too regularly, but speaking to the players, apparently not even practicing against one another. This is relatively new for all of us to see these teams and their Counter-Strike philosophies clash.
We heard from the Brain Trust, Electronic and Blade. I think Electronic said he hates play against this style, and Blade was saying, this is annoying. He said it is though they have a bit of a counter, their style, for exactly what Outsiders have to offer.
Right, everything points to Jame winning the 50-50. It may not be that. Flash, even perfect, 100 to 0. Turning the tables a little more. James does go down. Good on Simple to find the frag and do so safely. But they have armor. They're doing everything to make these rounds imposing. You talked about the fact we'll see the majority of every round, right? 1 minute 55 every single time. Now we're at to the 40-second mark. And it's decision-making time. Another scavenge rifle.
They will give this one a go, but kick it with a look in here. MPL, this should be his every day of the week. Again, down to the 30-second mark commitment. They can transition back, and that's spotted. The bomb going down connector here.
NPL leads this cleanly, provides both. A second pass of the test for the rookie.
I don't know if there's time to get in towards A here. Chiron.
I like the smoke.
It's an open sight. He can actually construct these rotations. This is very brave.
This is ballsy. Simple. Runs straight into the gun. Mowing him down, a double. Plays the time, backs away. Now suddenly a 2-on-2 established. They're making NaVi work for this one. They have the kit. Can NPL close the round as well? Chiron safe from the flame. Kit on NPL. It's only MP9. Suddenly outsiders. The conservative buy, the headshots are in, and Chiron is in the Spodek as well.
Well, that's going to feel real good. This kid said he doesn't care, right? We hear that consistently from the outsiders camp, but you saw his body language when he walked on stage. I think he thought he was in his bedroom. He's having no issues here. Dustin said he wanted him to enjoy the moment, and that is one way to let this sink in. That is a heads-up play right here. Drops the smoke, plays ahead of it, knows that Fame has to plant, and here just denying that rotation of the two big men on campus. Simple and Electronic going down to the arms of this young gun right here, and that's going to fire the team up.
Initiative, problem solving, and he's done it with the additional pressure.
And you're speaking of pressure here, NaVi now we're just down to some pistols and a scout, and that scout of Simple will find a bit of a tag onto Fame, chase down James. Damage done either way, and the nade, well, not close enough.
Seems James would once again like to stamp Bit's ticket. He has support in the form of Leader Electronic. Information, at a price. The fact that James brings him so low. Bit actually brings the fight, not ready for two, gets the info and will try and get out. He's trapped. He has to fight his way out. What a shot, Chiron. Sleeping with the fishes. This $700 pistol, still that one shot to the head. Two now dead. Bit resuscitates NaVi immediately. Short-lived celebrations for the outsiders.
And well, we might have that classic conversation here of the save coming through. Fame's low, kick it, removed from the play. The bomb down in enemy territory here, and Bit's done enough. So we've had the individuals stepping up in these duels, right? You can see them. We've got MPO with the clutch on the pistol round. A couple of follow-ups with an MP9 in the next. Chiron with his heroics over towards that A site, and now Bit standing up to be counted here within the early stages. And as mentioned, we are going to get the most out of every single one of these rounds. Once more, minute 55 soaked off the clock. And you heard Blade in jest in that interview say, you know, we get a bit of a rest. You don't get a rest against outsiders because you know the hit is coming at some point. And if it doesn't, they've held onto a bunch of rifles to continue to be threatening in the next. They will grind you down.
Yeah.
It is first to 16, but outsiders understand they can do that within a 30-round spread. It's not who gets there first. Well, actually, I tell a lie. It is who gets there first. It's not who gets there the fastest.
Precisely. Yeah, no, if I was to kind of characterize these teams, outsiders, I see them as an anaconda. Certainly a predator, certainly to be feared, but they will slowly squeeze the life out of you through endurance and through playing it by the book. I'm not sure how many anacondas have a book, but outsiders certainly do.
Standard spread here out of outsiders. Kick at B, flick connector. The other three starting to work on this A space. And we'll kick it about to report back to James. Hey, sector clear. We have water.
They're boosting lane. Now kick it, he was there, was considering it. Oh, using that smoke to hide him, and it was brief pursuit of information.
It's going to free up the rotation here. Simple back over towards A. Electronic is the swing man, while MPL and Perfecto should be locking down this B bomb site, but currently it's just Simple and Bit on the site, flashing forward. Very standard stuff on Overpass here as we head through the default.
Yeah, they're looking for Bit. for the third round, really. Looking for that fight first. This time, not going to give it up. Chiron, once again leading of the pack, albeit with a P250. And that's the first contact found. Bit does go down. Fame, successful. They can juggle the rifle. Outsiders again, they're milking this round for everything it's worth. 30 seconds. A single frag can get them into the site. James to set them up. Chiron for the fight. This has to be an instantaneous headshot. Electronics being brought low by the flame. Still need that frag to plant that bomb, or will NaVi concede? Mollies are good, smoke better, and bomb planted. 4 versus 5, simple. The first to start moving and shaking in the right direction. Ouch, damn, that nade hurts. Has to swallow that, and perhaps they swallow their pride.
Yeah, you can see the look of somewhat disappointment from Simple there. He really wanted to challenge, really wanted to find a freebie, but that util usage was great, right? Outsiders so late in that play, and then just stifling them. Molly after molly, smoke comes in. What are you meant to do? You can test in front of you, get isolated, you trade it out, you lose everything. Or you have to take the flak damage, like you saw that nade in Simple's face, down to 40 points of health, and now they save. And Outsiders, every single round here, they've had something to be threatening. And just their presence alone on the map, it's making NaVi just have to sit and squander moment after moment.
I mean, that round, but all 5 that we've had so far is like a perfect microcosm for what we're gonna have in this head-to-head. Outsiders fight back. First, NaVi are doing it with pistols. They'll come back. We have not seen 2 consecutive since the first 2 rounds of play. Back and forth, trading blows now. NaVi saved, expect to see the same.
Yeah, and the timeout here, this one's called by Blade. Let's have a bit of a conversation about how things are starting to unfold here. They can drop a couple of rifles across. They can make this buy just as strong as Outsiders. And one of the questions is, Outsiders do like to throw in a pace change, right? That's one of the evolutions of this team. It's not just slow play, right? That's definitely how they're painted, but eventually they'll throw a little bit of a curveball. Now, will that come with lower weaponry? Will that come after a Blade timeout? We're about to find out.
And they're off. We'll see what the game plan looks like this time. James disrespects the flame this time and actually pays quite the price. Bit going aggressive, supported with a flash, and it is just for that information. Nothing to report. A confirmation of presence from these nades. Fame with some donations.
I was looking back at some of the NaVi demos on Overpass here, and traditionally they would throw that standard T-set as molly. They don't often throw the double over towards playground, so James, knowing that he can make it through with only 1 bottle of flame in front of him, if they do throw the playground molly, it doesn't come with a T-stairs molly, and they look for a pick, look a little bit more aggressive. So we'll keep tabs on that. There are a couple of little tells here available for NaVi's CT offense.
Yeah, it looks like NaVi want to get some info. So CT smoke back on toilets, and Simple's come to support potential for Bit, or perhaps just provide safe passage away. You can see these players reminding themselves who they're up against.
Yeah, ready for the pop at any moment. They don't know exactly when the fight's coming. More flak damage through the monster tunnel. Nose flash being lined up here.
This is going to catch you. NPL eats the flash. Flames are good, and so is the spray. Kicker sent packing. And this Fame's attempt that also fails. As you know what that usually entails now. Outsiders with 30 seconds, a 2-man disadvantage. They might have another shake of the stick. It's Electronic onto Flit. 1 and done. Flit needs a whole lot more. I'd rather James, now on the floor. Chiron alone, and yeah, 1 headshot's great. 3 required. And an AK a whole lot better than nothing.
Yeah, I think the bosses had something to say here. So this kid's had to acclimatize quite quickly to the way James wants to approach the game. So a save again, an AK retained. Enough money to drop one into the next. But one of the question marks right now is we've already found ourselves 6 rounds deep, is no AWP for either side, right? And we know that James is quite the force on that. It allows him to poke and prod on the T side, crawl across, find some opening exchanges here. And Simple as well with his signature weapon, not out to play, but this must be feeling great for MPL, right? They're coming in dribs and drabs. It's not like he's being overrun. And the B bomb site, if you wanted to find the weakness, maybe you would look for the youngest gun. And MPL, with that clutch on the pistol round, has been withstanding the test here. So this is great for him. It has to be such a confidence booster. I don't think they have the same support network on the NaVi side of things. It's more sink or swim. You play our style or you don't play at all.
Yeah, they've come to his site 3 times and he's got a multi-kill every time. That's definitely going to be getting the juices flowing, and Chiron definitely looks to be trying to enter his flow state with Fame, Flit, all in tow. Can NPL and Perfecto weather another be hit? Oh, they're not ready this time. The pace, it catches them off guard, and in Tailspin, NaVi crumble. Only one can get one back, Electronic, something. But there's the pace change, Chad, and look what it's done. They're staring at smokes, albeit a double. That was the last of them, apart from James. Bomb still not planted. Flit to change that.
And it looks like they've already backed off here, so once again, both these teams more than happy to concede. And that's Chiron one more time. In these gun rounds, he's looked fantastic at just cracking into these sites. You hear from the interview with Kickert, he just wants to shoot heads, and he's doing more than that here early. So both of these young guns, both of these rookies, right, coming up from academy rosters, finding their footing early. And, you know, we hear them say, oh, we don't care, we don't. I suppose that they really don't care because they're not looking too shaken right now. I know we're not at the pressure moment of the game yet. We're still in the early stages, but
Sure.
This is the place where you want to start to get a couple of early frags in, fill yourself with a bit of confidence.
But I mean, that contrast is apparent, right? That round in comparison to everything that's come before it, Perfecto did look like he'd been caught out.
Yeah, they were juggling nades right there. So just that little pace change coming through. And that's all you need to do, right? Because you're going to keep them on the toes now. You're not exactly sure when that's going to be thrown into the mix one more time. Are we at the point where the AWP is available for Simple? No, still not the case here. It's a curious question. How long are we going to go before we see the AWPs come out?
Perfect flash as well. Jane got them both doing the dance. And so the rounds continue to trade.
Oh, miss Molly there. I think that's happened 2 consecutive rounds here. So just not hitting the mark. Means they can accelerate. And well, speaking of that, Simple in the smoke, face to face.
They have no idea. They have no idea. Kickert eliminated by Simple. First blood for NaVi. Flit falls to bit in the underpass. Now bomb's on his back. He can't really commit. No, James been spotted out. That will foil his plan.
Look at the gap. They're going fast up long here. Fame and Chiron trying to make a bit of a move. They understand the fight. So does Electronic. Swings out Chiron again.
Huge. It actually makes it interesting. They can take this space, sure, but they know the bomb's attached from this pack. A cursory glance from Electronic. Great shot from Chiron, but now things get interesting. Strap yourselves in. Chiron's going in.
Bombs down. Bombs down. Connector here. They know they can back off. Simple's got the bomb off
They
James.
have to fight it now. Perfecto in the off angle. Perfect to collect. NaVi handle business. Despite a couple of curveballs and a great headshot. Perfecto needs Fame. The job is done with 35 seconds. 3 to find. All over the map.
He might go down after... Oh, never mind, not after time. NPL steps up, removes him from play. And all that fight was James versus Simple over towards Connector right there. James was stuck. There were so many smokes in play. He didn't back off. The full rotation almost came in, but got to get up early in the morning here to full Simple. As soon as he gets to that kill, the round is essentially over. And this is the start. And we just were speaking about the change-up from outside as being more direct with that short fight. Well, they immediately send Simple there to take that dual head-to-head to make sure they don't give up that space. And this is Chiron again. Lays a sharp here onto Electronic. But this is the kill that really mattered. So Simple with a whole lot of impact.
I can't believe James stuck around after all that. Simple, happy to take the fight, and Simple, still happy to take the fight. Oh, it's a criminal angle.
Bit can bait him in here too.
And bye-bye Fame, executed by the Fountain. Chiron, though, he's a sharp tool. Simple sharper. One bullet from that pistol will do it.
Yeah, I think the conversation about the AWP...
He knows, and Bit will find it.
James got 4K at the moment, so with the loss bonus, we will see that AWP come out into the... Ooh, hold up, yeah, only just, right? It should be a glass cannon available for James here, but this is handled now for NaVi. They're finally going to put a streak of rounds together since the pistol. No one's been able to put 2 consecutive rounds. What feels like a bit of a lifetime here. Bit get messy with it. Pops it up, and now it's just kick it with all that information. They know exactly where he is. They can hunt him down. Oh, he's headed to the other side of the map. Kickit needs to find his demise here.
Yeah, but he gets to go on a nice
little adventure.
Yeah.
What can he see? A couple of the sites around Overpass here.
He's doing some graffiti.
This is one way for NaVi to deal with this, right? By having this aggression, by getting in their face. You can't do your slow default spreads if we're taking the fight to you. If you have to fight us towards short, over towards A with these aggressive plays, you can't just whittle down the clock. You're kind of playing on our terms, and that's a conversation that NaVi have clearly had.
Seems like all the top teams have been doing a bit more of that as well. Something we thought was kind of a product of the online era. All these CTs going for aggressive moves. We were quick to criticize or expect it not to be able to be put into action at the high-stakes games we find ourselves in Katowice. But yeah, as time has gone on, the game has evolved as it continues to do.
Pretty nice highlight package here for Kyron as well. When, look, I can't do mounts any day of the week, but James, of course, had more than enough for AWP and head armor here. But it's a bit of a higgledy-piggledy buys. Pistols, some rifles. A bit of a classic Outsiders play. And look at Simple, just constantly want to get stuck into these fights here. More than happy to brave any smoke that comes his way. Bit to be isolated here. He does have some support, a flash at the ready, and he's thought better of that.
But that aggression you were touching on, NaVi do again. They show a little face, or at least have a glance. Bit to float back.
Big rotation called here. So I think the fact they didn't see a whole lot makes them a little bit worried about this B hit. But they're doing a bit of the snake maneuver right now, the pathing. They'll get up close and personal towards A and potentially sandwiched in. Simple down connect a bit towards the top of the site.
How are they getting this info? This is where it really matters. If Bit's jumping for the info, James has a real fair shot, but actually he's not. He goes forward. James looking for that jump. And Bit will find him. Oh, so many, so much info. Orpa down, Simple coming around. Kicker deleted. NaVi advantage. Outsider's plans foiled. Setup adjusted. 30 seconds if you want to hit this site. Kyron to provide the util in. Fame has to hit a banger here onto Electronic. Clearing his corners towards the truck low, but Flitz found Simple in the process. That bomb can go down now. The retake is on. NaVi rotate through. NPL to join the pack and aid. Perhaps got Kyron or Fame's name on it. Bang! And Fame is gone. Still Flit on that AWP. Kyron, can he have another hero moment for the squad? NaVi taking their time with this. Good from Kyron. Can't find the second. Flip with only the AWP. But that bomb is in his favor. Electronic is the one that has to be getting on the defuse, and that's a missed shot from Flit. Won't get many more of those. Off the flash he tries. They're on it now, trying to body block. Perfecto needs the shot, and 7. NaVi really are just milking Outsiders out of this one. Those aggressive frags have been profiting for NaVi. What is this now? 3 in a row.
Again, Outsiders with another put-together buy here. AK, a couple pistols, one more time. Doesn't feel as threatening anymore. NaVi starting to get some cash under their belt as well as Simple into the AWP now. James looking for a little bit of aggression here. Quickly behind that defensive smoke, and he's going to weasel his way through. Nobody watching this angle, and look at this from James.
Oh, man. James.
He's got a timing here, a big one.
I mean, Bit's typically very aware, but I think the speed of this is going to catch him off guard. What a shot. Takes the headshot machine down with a headshot of his own. Simple unknown, but the site lost. James calling it clear. The bomb is so far away, Chad. What does he want from his troops now? So much uncertainty. Long, uncertain. Underpass, uncertain. Baits the shot, Simple confirms. Truck side AK. Ooh, and the nade will find him as well. Leaves him just 13 points of health. Perfecto, clean it in house. Sweeps them under the rug. Outsiders will have nothing to celebrate in this one. Bomb plant would have been lovely. Injection of funds, but no funds or fun for Outsiders here. Simple. Catches some flag, but hits the shot. And there you have it, 8, a 1-out half in the first of this best of 3, this quarter final. Overpass into Inferno. NaVi, we've seen their Inferno and know that That could be quite the head-to-head with a bit more pace, perhaps.
This was really good information play from Simple out long here, right? He didn't go down, he dropped a defensive smoke, the jump peek, works out that James over towards the truck. You saw that U2 come in to deal with him, flush them into Perfecto. And this was James taking a very aggressive maneuver, getting all the space, and the team just being a little bit too far behind, right? So that play, I don't think they expected it to unfold quite like that.
Could have been a different round with the bomb in tow.
Well, they're reading this quite well here. They've sent 4 players to start towards B for NaVi. So ahead of the play in a lot of these situations. Reading outsiders very well here. Flashes either way, kick it, needs a second kill. These little surges, these waves of aggression and then stalled out. Info taken again either way, and then you question when the fight will come through for that second attack. Nobody over towards A whatsoever. Flit going back to make sure there hasn't been too much aggression, but that's not in Bit's wheelhouse just now. Feels like it's a certainty this will be a B finish, and walk around that corner, you will go down to Simple's AWP. Oh, they've completely evacuated from this B side hold. Flit has so much space over towards A here, playing behind the divider smoke. They've left the bomb a little bit deeper here. That will be a problem for outsiders.
I mean, Simple's kind of trapped. That's not where you want to be with the AWP on the hit coming in, but no hit just yet. A boost instead. Safe from that. Dismounted now. James, though, posted up for the cross. NPL down. And one back from Simple on the jump. Isolated on that site, but he seems to have a good idea of what is up. The knee-jerk reaction, Electronic's going to have confirmation, is A. Electronic. Distracted. Is he considering? Long, Flit, low HP, caught by the spray, immediate trade. NaVi. They will have to retake this bomb site or accept that the 4th for their opponent. Simple pushing straight through. He's got a bit of bloodlust about him. It's all onto him. Chiron and Kick It. Up against the GOAT. On the stage, an AWP in hand. It's perfect for his play. Constructing a fresh mag and being run on down, punished for the reload. Chiron, another, plays in part in a 4th round for outsiders. How many of them can we ascribe to his name?
Yeah, he's having a really good look here, and we do need to set the bar. This is the T side of Overpass. I think it's one of the hardest T sides we have in the game right now. If outsiders can get themselves up to 5, which might be possible here, considering the fun situation over there with NaVi, and they're going to discuss exactly that. Blade calling the second timeout. You've got 9K on Simple. MPO can purchase. Electronic the same. Maybe at least one emission in the buy right here, but a lot to say. The notes are out. And this is just a tug of war here, a bit of a back and forth between these two. There's a lot of mental chess on the position. You see James attempting to brave the fact in that earlier round with the rifle, right? He's thinking, okay, well, you can't consistently be strong in these areas. You're trying to stay ahead of me. Makes a very out-of-the-book play for especially James.
Yeah, and especially on this map, those gaps are usually larger. Overpass, one of the largest in the pool. And James already outlined his awareness and ability to find those gaps as he snaked into that site in the prior round, but unable to convert off the back of the timeout.
Oof, Bit having to... Oh, no, never mind. They juggled it across. It was looking like Bit was leaving with that MP9. Not the weapon for the job over towards A, but they're starting 3 players, Bit, Simple, and Electronic, to deal with this. Squeaky blown off information available now towards those short players as the smoke start to subside. Trying to be strong and bring the skirmish within the early stages of this round. NaVi are blocking heavily towards B here, hoping that they can find a fight on the other side of the map.
It's kind of overcommitting here. I mean, it's going to be a duel. It's been what he's waiting for. Simple's left him. And the Shadow. Oh, the Shadow, he doesn't check him. Fame, a dead man walking. Gets the frag. Can they get away? James trying to and delivers a return frag. Into B. Just a FAMAS. NPL calling for raid. Flames will limit his options. Perfecto's with him. Simple to try and buy time for that rotation. But into the B side. This is promising now for the outsiders. 5th round will go a long way.
Yeah, the longer they wait, Electronic's on this big flank here. They have to take this fight soon because Electronic's coming.
Iron is just safe for the initial engage. Not ready for that though. Electronic snaps shut, as does NPL. passes another test on the B side.
A's open again. James been able to come back up connector. Flit's already in the site. We've seen this one before. The rotation to be locked off again. He needs a couple of kills here.
Classic. And look at the reaction this time. They're not going to fall foul to that potential bank push. All of them going on through.
We've changed roles right here, but now there's a 40-second timer on the clock.
Oh, James going to have a shooting gallery. He's already got one. Could he get 4 more? Flit in support. Flash available for James to call. That first AWP shot connects. NaVi trying to close the gap, run down the AWP. He can only fire 1 bullet at a time. Using their numbers now. And the numbers on that bomb are ticking. Simple, good for Flit. James, though, a problem. Persistently. Just enough time on the clock for the defuse. NaVi, successful. But damn, don't outsiders make you work for it. You start doubting yourself.
It's the thinking man's game right now. Just some of these decisions that are coming through, all of them evacuating through sewer there, going up connector, understanding the scenario. Outsiders as well with that lurk of Flit, still able to get that bomb down and remain threatening here. That's a big shot there from Simple. And then as soon as they can remove James, who is locked towards bank, he has to stand, he has to fight, he has to deliver. Unavailable, and well, we move back into play here. Another plant means, well, of course, you guessed it, another threatening round for outsiders. No freebies here today.
Do you like the pace? James waiting for the door to be blown off, pre-aiming the boost not to be given. Many ways an AWP can be utilized. In support, in clutch, in openings. James likes to do all 3.
I've got this long space again here. James going to join the party, so Current Fame and James all up long. Flit and Kick It on their usual hidey holes on their default. We'll have to deal with Bit, but he can evacuate with the ease here. He has Simple along for the ride, so the two of them, understanding the internal clock of a map like Overpass, are dipping back now. They will have to address this long presence at some point, even if it's just a flash and a jump peek, a jiggle, some form of a spot. They know that that threat is now available, and you see Bit here ready to take that fight. A whole lot of information with that truck jump. And it's enough to bring Electronic over as well, so rotating ahead of the play here are NaVi.
But when you're against outsiders, I'm sure you start doubting when the server falls quiet, as it has. Playing upon the fade. Bit flashed. And down, Fame, a big one back. Outsiders crawling closer. Simple readies himself for battle. Electronic in support. One frag could determine this, and Chiron caught out from behind. He'll strike, but no, covered perfectly. Flit has done enough. The outsiders should have the plant. And it's all hinging on those last 10 seconds, the engagements. One out by outsiders.
And this is huge. They've just been grinding NaVi down throughout. The loss bonus into the next is going to be bottom of the barrel here. It's 1,400. Perfecto and MPO have to save, and saving an MP9 for round 15, that really sucks. They'd have to overstep the mark here to give something over to the young gun who found impact early. 10 kills for him thus far. He's definitely done his job as part of this NaVi roster here today.
I guess that's a sign of a T-side or T-round well done, Chad, when you essentially have 2 CTs against 4, and you can't do anything more.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job right there. You can see Electronic, he focused in wanting to deny that bomb, right? He really had a couple of targets on his screen right there, but one for the biggest and juiciest of the bunch. And this is a very good half from outsiders, all things considered. They should really be set up to grab this 6th. You're going to consider the buy on the other side. Simple with 1750, Bit with 3.1. There's nothing really that Perfecto and MPO could drop, maybe a Famis. So they're going to have to get this done with a little here, NaVi, if they want to reach double digits in the first half of play. But this has just been classic outsiders. It's not the most electric Counter-Strike, but if this continues as we get into that second half of play, when we get to round 30, when we get deep within this matchup, that's when things will start to light up. You won't be able to save, you won't be able to run, you won't be able to hide anymore. Another miss molly.
Sign of the pressure. The fundamentals squandered.
The head.
Yeah, he's just shy. Safe boost. Perfecto. If he gets his timing right. Oh, Flit! Caught off, hard spray through the corrugated eye, and he lives to fight another day.
Yeah, that was messy. Panic there from Perfecto. You see so many of those bullets just being absorbed right there. So Flit lucky to be alive. Perfecto really should have been finishing that one off.
MPL, can you really finish the half clean on your Jules? Yes, he can, and he will. Gives NaVi a chance on the MP9. Deadman now. Need a trade. Perfecto eating the flashes, counter flash in. He just gets vision back. Oh, Chiron shuts NaVi's lights out. One back from Bit, immediate trade, and yeah, the rest is up to Simple. Perhaps the element of surprise, it's quite quick on this.
Flit's removed from the pack here. He's got to come down, he's got to join the party. Simple, I don't think they're expecting this play.
Backs are turned, and James is first to fall. Can Simple find Fame? Clean as you like. A 1 versus 3 to deny the 6th. Flit's already low, he's even picked up a smoke, but it's a 10-second defuse. Simple, well-placed smoke. 4 bullets, needs something, and AWP will have to do. Come in monster side, 10 seconds, what do? Take the fight? Have a look. He's got it. Simple, lets it go. Flit'll save him. A competitive half from Outsiders. Chiron, king of the hill in that one. 3 on the entry to secure it. Outsiders 6, NaVi 9. Chiron has come into his first Spodek, his first big stage for Outsiders in this quarter-final, and delivered. Top of the tables, making impact, making rounds a reality. He has single-handedly played a part in the majority of their 6. We swap sides, first map of this best of 3, it's quarterfinals, baby, 6 teams. We want to crown a champion over the next 3 days. And Chiron's trying to make a strong case. He says he doesn't care about the stage, doesn't care about the pressure. Let's see if NaVi can turn that pressure up in this second half.
All right, 19 years young. You got MPL on the other side, 17. Kick things off with a clutch of his own in this map. And look, might not have been the most blockbuster affair in that first half, but the heat should get turned up here as 1xBet odds are still going to be favouring NaVi, and this Swan into connector. Down goes Bit.
Yeah, a lot of bodies down here. It's going to be a bit of a brawl, a bit of a biff. We need one more back. Electronic up against Chiron, and he's too good. A third, perhaps. Kickit would love a frag as well. It's only simple. Only simple. 3 to find, love the angle, and Chiron building on his legacy. A third in that pistol. That's not too shabby, up to 17 now. He's got one less frag than the bottom 3 of his team.
This is crazy from this kid, right? Just stepping out on the stage and getting to do exactly what he loves here, hitting the heads, and this just kicked off. There's a bit more excitement here. Look at this. Frag's going down within the first 15 seconds of the round, so a fight early. If NaVi want to bring a bit of a pace change here, I think it'd be very welcome in the Spodek.
Yeah, sharp as attack.
This might be the closest thing we've had to a eco in the entire game thus far. Throughout the, all right, that's a hefty nade right there. You know what's interesting about some of these Chiron positions as well, like we're going to get into Inferno next here on Overpass on the CT side. He plays some of the rotator roles, which are traditionally for more veteran players because the decision tree, it's a whole lot harder. Sure, you get to be in some more of the action, you rotate in, but you have to be making those choices quick, smart.
Yeah, without a nade to your name, NaVi, the game plan has to be more about risk, gamble, lethality. A quick deagle headshot would be nice. Fame has his wings clipped on the jump. And James just safe from that wall bang of Simple.
He's going to keep trying.
Like he knows. Oh, and he does get the headshot after all of that. Salt in the wound. James not going to be too happy with that one. A tut of the tongue. Simple though. Caught out.
Yeah, it'd have to go really, really wrong for outsiders here to lose a round like this. Just consider the purchase on the other side. It's very meek. It's 4 to play now. Time really not on their side, and 3 players on the top of this A site, so they will just be running into the blender. How many more can Chiron get?
Well, this is 20 for sure. Watch this. Comfortable. Bomb down. Chiron does get 2. Fame will take a pair of frags as well, all the way to the bank. Appropriately just next door.
All right, well, only 1 casualty there. I can't believe how long it took in that first half before we saw the AWPs come out to play, and it might be the same conversation here in the second. Another timeout. This will be the first from outsiders. So an opportunity for Dastan. He wants to make sure that they're well and truly prepared for the first gun round from NaVi. We're going to tie things up here, 9-9. Fame actually has a pretty nice spawn right now over towards the A side if you wanted to take an aggressive maneuver here. But Dastan there, really trying to get in those last few words before the 30 seconds cut off. I don't think I've ever seen him look so animated. Let's see if Fame wants to use this spawn here. Take an aggressive maneuver towards connector, maybe try and get himself up towards the fountain. Oh, they're juggling guns, so maybe not. Looks like he will have to wait to scoop that one up, and all right. Still 4 players, so this is the conversation. Right, they're going to set the tone early here outsiders. They're going to be 4 strong towards A here. It's just going to be Kick It, babysitting B.
This could be quite the early deathmatch. Simple, cross to the playground. And Flit wants to play. As do NaVi. He's not alone, in fact, far from it. Look at the pre-aim. Fame does not get a chance to pull the trigger. It's Bit with the opening this time.
That's very telling, though, of an aggressive maneuver. They are expecting more players just around the corner, and very right so to do. Chiron now with some aggression, needs to draw one back.
NPL's going to be mad if he lets this one slip, but perfectly positioned. He's holding his nerve right now, and up against Chiron, who's also on a bit of a heater.
This is just going to be a gamble here from outsiders. 3 players left. Looks like Flit will join the party over towards the B side with Jame and Kick It. He's very close, just jiggling A right now. 50 seconds left. NaVi can still go through the paces here. There's no rush, and Perfecto, he's going to grab one as well. So everybody hitting shots here, necessary for NaVi.
Will they hold on to any of these rifles? Oh, I'm not sure Simple's going to be on the hunt here, and I don't think Flit's all too prepared. A head-to-head, and wow, instantly dead. Only James.
Look at the push and pull of this, just taking fights all across the map here. Still has a good idea that James could be somewhere around. They don't want to allow him to save, right? Don't let them be in their comfort zone. Bomb's about to get planted over towards that B bomb sign. Before it does, Simple gets rid of James. Beautiful stuff. Nothing retained here, and NaVi first to get up to double digits. But the conversation for both of these teams here, look, it was shakier for Outsiders to make their way to the playoff stage. Right? They definitely had to do it a little bit harder, but NaVi beat bigger names. So the conversation, well, who's looking better? Both are looking rough, you know, but both aren't looking at the peak of their powers. You've got NaVi led by the man just on your screen, Simple, and well, then of course you've got the previous major winners, Outsiders in the server here, with what they think is an upgrade of Chiron, who's showing exactly that. They can't get the buyback out here, Outsiders, so AWP now for James in hand. Flit's the biggest emission with that 5-7. And this is just, feels like 1v1s across the map here. What
how long
can they isolate? That's the question.
Perfecto, this is very forward. Oh, Fame, down, no trade. How has he done that? In and out, flawless from Perfecto. He's found them an advantage on his own with zero support. 1v1s, you said, Chad.
Exactly, and they know that Fame's an A-holder here as well, so look at all this space they just take straight back towards A. But will they expect this James AWP? Still jump spotting, seeing what he can find here. Knowing that Fame's removed, it means you can be a little bit more cavalier about some of these clears. You're not worried about the rifle in the upper bathrooms. They've taken all this space. They know that they've pushed Outsiders back into this box. The bomb transitions once more. So pressure over towards A, but it does look like the finish will be this B bomb site where the rotation from Outsiders hasn't changed. James with a shot with a chance, and now they know the AWP's in play.
That's almost ideal. Look what it's doing. Just as they were about to run on in to the stack, Electronic has baited the shot. James perhaps getting nervous, sweaty palms, kick it, only 2 frags, but gets onto Simple just upon the fade. A premonition perhaps, but that pulls us into a 4-on-4, and James has been sent to the floor. It's Electronic. 10 seconds, they don't have time.
Can't plan.
They don't have time. Oh God, they need the frags. And Flit's already delivered this one. Falls through their fingers.
I'm perplexed.
I think NaVi are too.
I have no idea how that's just unfolded. How have they made that type of a mistake?
It was the pendulum swinging. I think that the last swing was a bit miscalculated. Because Electronic gets a great shot.
Bomb was so far away. There was absolutely no opportunity that could have made it to either side at that moment in time here. This is just such a miscalculation, losing track of the clock, and that's a freebie for Outsiders.
No timeout either. Blade will hold on to it. He feels like his boys can reset, and they must do.
Well, we've seen NaVi suffer tilt rounds before. If there's a follow-up here from Outsiders, that might start to set in.
A big if. Power position adopted by Fame. Already very proactive map control here from NaVi. On their crawl, Fame activates onto NPL. No trade just yet, but Bits hunting him down. Perfect find as they keep it level. Far from smooth sailing though. Parks the bus on long.
Well, it's not really an issue about keeping track of the bomb. It's more about keeping track of the time here. 50 seconds. Right now, you want to say there's plenty of time for NaVi to make a move. But it's just so slow. Both of these teams more than happy to take these crawls consistently. And without the information, they may be finding themselves hitting into a stack yet again.
It's well placed. James pawns in the right place. Armed to the teeth. Simple and Electronic. Perfecto as well, all starting this last 20-second commitment. It has to be a good shot. Through, Flames, Flit, good. Perfecto onto him, but it's Chiron and James still combine. Outside is going to break NaVi's hearts and their economy unless Bit's got something special. Nothing is what he has. A double from James with just the 5-7, a free AWP and a broken NaVi.
Yeah, and I think mentally now that conversation had to be said. They were playing a little bit of ahead of it there. It felt they just, let's be more direct, let's trade out efficiently into the site here. Felt flustered and rushed regardless of the play there. You can see Bit, he's already conceding, wanted to save the AWP for Simple immediately, not even looking for that follow-up fight, not even looking to see if he could find that frag and get that bomb down. So it is 10-10, and we're being grounded to the ground right now. It is Simple with a hero AK, the rest with some upgraded pistols, sure, but this could be the change in the tide of the game. We'll have to reflect on this. There's only one T round so far for NaVi.
Save from the jump up. Finish up short. At this stage in the game, outsiders, they'll let the game come to them. NaVi caged by the presence of this rifle. You want to let him work.
There's no one to trade. There's no one close to him to pick up the rifle right now. So Simple taking some risks, taking some liberties, hoping his teammates can find some information so he knows how to react off of this. Hoping for a re-aggress here towards this short position. Currently, nothing coming his way and staying ever silent. Our outsiders don't want to give up the game plan here with too many steps away. And speaking of steps away, there's a big rotation call from James here.
Kiket's very much alone on a desert island. And Chiron coming to bail him out. The information is flowing now. Fame's calling very little action over here. And by the time they hit, the whole squad is here. Outsiders tested. Chiron, bodyguards. Kiket does fall, but that's the only one in the NaVi favor. One done with Simple's rifle. The rest collapse, and 11 set in stone. Quite the defensive start here out of outside. It's their map, and you're starting to see why. 5 of our 6 rounds of play going their way, and it is going to be time for that timeout. Oof. It's definitely not all sunshine and rainbows over there for NaVi.
This is the rebuilding of the machine, right? We know the fact that MPL's come on in from the academy roster here. Everything's definitely not the NaVi of old, but they're trying to get themselves back into that shape. And, well, outsiders are in that same conversation, but just the fact that the way that this game is playing out, it's exactly how everybody would have expected when they saw these two names. I don't think anybody came in here today expecting to see a FaZe versus G2 where it's just constant biffing and brawling and 2v2 situations. This is late round Counter-Strike. This is the chessboard. This is both teams trying to outmaneuver one another and then hope that the individuals can hit the necessary shots to make it work. And they've taken that timeout, NaVi, their third. They have everything they need. This is a full buy.
Yeah, that extinguish doesn't get a bit far. There was a double molly, flashes as well, so a lot of uncertainty about what waits on the other side of it. James smoked off. Need to confirm there was somebody home. NPL will have to communicate that. Perfecto working on towards short. And as the smokes do start to fade, some territory will be gained. Perfecto, short water is his. Whoa, Kiket takes a bit of a risk there. His toes were spotted on the cross. He catches a little flack for his trouble.
Action's on Fame here. He's been left alone in the upper bathrooms. This is pretty standard, so outsiders be well aware there is a gap in towards that A site. Fame doing his best just to be a nuisance. Looks like he's boxed in.
Yeah, but when he's trapped, if he can find one, Bit denies. Advantage NaVi. The rotate through, James waiting to find an opening engagement, slow them down on their approach. Simple with the bomb on his back, we can't...
25 seconds
yeah,
again.
I'm getting nervous now. And so's Flit. He wants info. That's the fight he had to take. Simple. Counting on electronics. Still there's someone hiding on the site. Where's that bomb going? Smoke and mirrors this time rewarded. NaVi have got an open sight, and you can see NPL, he will communicate.
And that'll be it.
Eating at their own game. Attacking on both fronts and committing based off of those duels and how they translate. It's good to see you, Katowice. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming on a Friday to enjoy the games with us. NaVi outsiders perhaps not enjoying themselves just yet. Locking horns at 11-11.
So hard to shine this one up here and talk about anything other than these maneuvers that they're opting for. It's just some rotation, some gambles, the info plays. It really comes down to 1 or 2 kills in a lot of these scenarios here.
We are not here to deceive, Chad. We're simply here to perceive.
And right now, well, might be an aggressive maneuver from outsiders here. They've hedged over towards this B site again. Fame not in the upper bathrooms whatsoever. He's just towards Divider, so it's going to be a Fame versus Bit battle potentially. Really, they're just wards, they're just beacons. They're playing for information, so Jame and Electronic on the other side of the server can make their late round maneuvers, and it looks like, at least now, the first test of the water will be over towards B.
Well, that does change the game plan. You can see Kick it forced away. Once info back, flash exchange. Electronic a bit quick on this, eats the flash. No one brave enough to take the fight towards the barrels. And he concedes behind the smoke. Expecting that flash follow-up. Spray from Kick it confirms it.
And a rotation back again. Now action over towards A here. Fame is going to tuck in behind the truck. Needs some support soon. Bit and MPL already quite threatening here with 40 seconds left on the clock. James needs to get a move on.
Oh, and Fame lucky to be alive. A bullet did connect, but just shy of the head. Alive and kicking. James jumping for that info, and Bit eats the AWP. 19 seconds, someone has to flip the script, and it's not gonna happen. Electronic 1. Bomb on Simple, headshots are found. He can run down James as well. Electronic needs to be masterful, and that was beautiful. A 1v2, no time for Simple. The round disintegrates in front of him, and he's gonna go down after time. Okay, and no scope for survival, and a prize of his enemy's AWP.
All right, he'll take that one, sure. Holding on to the big green here, but it's not like James going to have any issues buying that one up yet again.
Damn. At least someone in the crowd likes Overpass.
Well, this is great from James. That flash that he threw as well, because you saw Fame transition behind the dice box there, he was caught out. The flash comes in from James, it slows down the attack here, otherwise they would have been pinned. Electronic, great work from him, just not enough. Too deep in that hole of the number disadvantage, then ring around the rosy here. Simple just unable to find James in time. But we're locking horns here yet again, and it's more of the same. Outsiders continuously start 4 over towards B. All the pressure on Fame here, and NaVi, they don't know that this gap even exists.
They might want to just be executing into this, but with 4 here, it's almost like outsiders are letting them in. Getting what they want. Perfecto, though, will take Kickert's life. James, the next victim. Double on the entry. Flit to defend. Damage is done. Flit, the one to have to finish. And what is that from NPL? He's lost the bomb in the water. It will go unpunished, though. As Fame arrives, the A-player barrel betrays. Simple's known, and there it is. NaVi pull it across the line. And this time, I wouldn't even say pull. I think they kind of forced their way into an early engagement.
Yeah, some great trading there. That could have gone very, very sour, right? If MPL lost the bomb in that water position, they couldn't scoop it up. They got picked apart of the seams right there. I think a whole different discussion.
Oh, dear.
Well, we've got a couple of Outsiders fans in the building here, but they're a bit of a rarity. We've got to protect them with all our might, but this is great work. You see the flash work in the kill feed. Supportive AWP simple here. And this is the shot that truly mattered, making sure they could pick this one up in style. But this is Outsiders now backs against the wall. The loss bonus, well, it meant they had to go for a force, and it's not looking pretty at all.
I like this. We're going to see the rookies head-to-head. And Chiron loses his. NPL delivers an opening kill for NaVi's T side.
Sure, this round is worth 13 on the board for NaVi, but it will have to be a full eco for Outsiders after this, so 14 if they're able to secure this one right here.
And that was their best bet. They backed Chiron, of course, with 23 frags.
Poor Fame left with just a USP and a couple of flashbangs, so you get a feel for him in a round like this. And this is with that freebie where NaVi couldn't get the bomb down, right? That's crazy to think this one could have all unraveled there, but staying in it, keeping things level, and now looking to extend themselves to a very, very light lead here.
Puffing up his chest here. Wants them to feel under the pump. He needs the frag. Perfecto's let it go. A big contribution from Flit, and he's going to get away. Throw that AK. Oh my god, he pushes for the info. That's so much more than Electronics bargaining for. The whole squad can now rejig the setup. Timing is everything. 25 seconds. They're doubting it. They've completely abandoned it. Maybe a product of what you were just talking about.
Yeah, next round they wouldn't have a buy at all. So at least here they can be somewhat threatening. I'm surprised they didn't try and have a look in for that FAMAS to see if they could find that over towards Connector here. So one AK is better than absolutely nothing. And Flit could potentially be a bit of a game changer here. I think Fame is starting to see if he can find that upgrade. So this is good. This is classic Outsiders trying to keep themselves as threatening as possible. And I think NaVi will let them hold on to this, knowing down this home stretch they'll need to keep their cash up as well. We're about to get into the business rounds of the game. Things are about to get a little bit more exciting as we closer and closer to the full 30 rounds here. Inferno next, Mirage if we need it. Oof. NPL. We want to brave the fight. Well, it's going to come to him, James. Would love to get his hands onto that. Look like they're going to have nothing next round if they can find that Galil, James.
Oh, that's very, almost too good from the boys of Outsiders. They have a round where they've got basically nothing and they leave with a much more threatening 26th round. FAMAS, Galil, and that AK-47 recovered and maintained.
And a big conversation here, because we have these upgraded rifles, do we want to try and buy behind this? Do we want to drop something over to Chiron, see if we can set him up again? Do we want to get maybe a scout out for James? What type of buy do we want? Or do we want to just keep it conservative with what we have, try and make the best out of a bad situation, buy into the next with a full buy, that loss bonus on our side? When I say full buy, it's still not going to be fantastic. Only 2,400 into the next. Looks like they've taken the safer of the two options here, so some light upgrades, Chiron into a 5-7. It is very threatening still. These are the type of rounds that you could definitely trip over your own shoelaces if you are NaVi. I said this should be 13 and then 14 because of the nature of the purchases, but here, that's not the case whatsoever. They will have to continue to work for this NaVi, and that has been the story of this game.
Just tightening the thumb screws are Outsiders. You will never rest. No round is a given. And every mistake likely punished. I like the space early, stretching their legs for a jaunt down long. Without the bomb, but
it's the
space.
same four-man B-lane again. This time they have actually found the gap here. So clearing out upper bathrooms. Fame may have visitors quite quickly here, but with all of this room, you could bring so many more troops back towards the long position, execute in towards the site.
They are. Fame still completely alone with only a FAMAS to his name. Electronic is heard and the molly is good. Fame forced out to the fight, Electronic none the wiser. Simple with the bomb, this is all a ploy. Electronic trying to get those B defenders to dig their heels in tight. This is the best way in which NaVi can Stroll on in. James, though, thinks it smells a bit fishy. Perfecto with Presence Monster. They're doing it. They're keeping the hook in the cheek of Outsiders.
This is all on Fame. If he can slow this down, if he can deny this plant, they can win the round here. Has to go huge.
It's just the FAMAS. Oh, and Fame, good on the first. Need a trade. Simple down, and now we need to see that plant. It's a 3 versus 4. He needs to survive. NPL cannot overextend. He's already bleeding. Retreating. Electronic has to be somewhat of a hero now. They'll use their numbers, start to overwhelm. Good onto the first. Mantles up into Kickert. Outsiders to tie it all up. Despite the mind games, now it is just the crosshair on the head. Keeping it simple. NPL down and out. Only one. Perfecto known to clutch and knows it's unlikely a kill is in play, but down he goes. Locked in by Flit. Outsiders, they will make it hurt.
Oh, that one is going to sting. That one is going to hurt an awful lot here. Think about 2 rounds that NaVi have lost in the second half. One where they didn't get the bomb down, they got lost in the source, and this one here where they go down to really just Fame to impact. The fact he gets 2 opens the door. NPL on the truck. He takes so much flak damage here, but this has to be highlighted. This is huge from Fame. This kid, basically unknown. Sure, he's just won a major, but he's only just popped onto our screen. That is massive work. They're able to put all this pressure on, and James even takes down NPL with the Glil he scavenged from him in the previous. So this is huge here from Outsiders to steal one back in this fashion.
I heard James speak so highly of Fame. He speaks very highly of his individual ability, but the fact that he is happy to have 4 of his troops on the other side of the map and expect this young gun to hold his nerve and bring home the bacon on A. And he did indeed slay. Throwback to some of the other rounds.
Yeah, first half feels like a bit of a lifetime ago right now, but the AWP in simple sound, we will be seeing that come out again. And traditionally for NaVi, this is the big red button. When the chips are down, when there's not enough cash, you give the GOAT the AWP and you hope for that impact. You pray for that impact. Let's see if he can deliver right now.
Oh, it's going to be a bit of a spotty one.
2 MAC-10s here. Electronic does get an AK on the way out the gate. Now, these MAC-10s, do they want to use it a little bit quicker here? Doesn't look like it.
James is alongside this time. Fame not alone. In the opening move, it does allow a quick glance towards the underpass, but upon the fire of that shot, he's better of sticking around. Electronic trying to pull the strings. Oh, he's ahead of it. Doesn't like that. The flash and clear usually to follow. Forcing NaVi to do their due diligence. Only one unarmored head. The MAC-10 will have trouble finding lethality.
Very passive stance from Outsiders here. Looking to play aim map against Electronic and Perfecto are coming through.
Electronic slinks in. Kick it with a nade in his hand. He may be completely caught off guard by this. He is running them in. Electronic, too many meals, and he doesn't get any of them. Just a bite out of Flit.
25 seconds, time's a problem here.
He's waiting for his teammates. The cavalry is going to arrive, but so will the defense. Kickert still lingers around that ramp. James to delay with the flame. 18 seconds. NaVi need help. Extinguish from Simple. Needs a frag. Onto Kickert, he does. James to disrupt. He can't stop the plant, or can he? NPL punching in the code, extends play. An advantage changes hands. James close quarters. Around he wants, around he might try and take by force. And there goes NPL, cowering, quaking on the site. Perfecto onto Fame, still James though, considering his options, and they will run him down. That AWP is gone, and so is the round. NaVi. Whew. This is intense Counter-Strike. You think about the amount of risk in going so close to the end of that 1 minute 55. Bomb goes in. There was 3 or 4 CTs there the whole time.
Just keep trading blows here. That one there, I think that James was just trying to get himself away out of the site. You can see his teammates already starting to back off, a passive boost, trying to find a kill, trying to give them A way to evacuate. Sure, this is great, but he needed to get something to get out of dodge, and the crowd even knew what that one meant. Hey, you're not letting James save this AWP. Well, the funds are still there. It can be another outsider's buy, and they have done more with a whole lot less. Going into round 28 here. Feels like we're going to get all the rounds right now. Neither team looking to break as once more we go into the fray of the Overpass T side. We saw NaVi early stages of that first half start to get a bit more brawly with it, start to take a lot more duels, Simple getting the thicker things short, pushing up on A, taking a lot more fights. Outsiders are just hoping they can read the play, stack appropriately, and their individuals step up with multi-kills. So if you're not going to find a pick early, if NaVi trade efficiently into the site, they're going to take those every day of the week. And again, it's this 4-1 setup. All the pressure on Fame once more. The question is, if they come his way and he only gets one, he gets nothing. It's going to have to be an outsider save. They have no avenue back in. So they're really hedging on the fact that it will be a B finish.
It's mad to look at. Definitely off of the beaten path. Nose flash, blind AWP. Didn't fire a shot, nothing gained. But presence displayed. And NaVi, watching this one back, are going to be so frustrated to learn how wide open the A side of the map has been. It's what he's waiting for. Jame will take him down. Perfecto caught out. Simple, though, keeps NaVi with a voice in the round. At 30 seconds, perhaps Fame about to have to scream and shout for a little more help. The race is on. CT smoke deployed. You can see what that's done. Bit just wanting a flash, wanting someone nice onto Fame. Vision's still there, though, and he's still good for some damage. They haven't found him. Need the frag. One back from NPL. And the site is theirs.
That's 15. Chiron, he's going to hang around here just as this P250. Going to look and try and do some damage, get himself an AK, but that has to be 15 secured right now. There's no way Jane risks this AWP play here. They can find an upgrade here for Chiron, who has been great throughout, but the fact that he's not in a lot of these plays, he's having to rotate in. You can't see the best of the aim this kid has to offer. Stepped on bit. Great stuff from him. 17 frags in total. That'll be his first in this round. And NaVi, well, they've withstood this test. Outsiders, one of the hardest teams to put away in Counter-Strike, but you could almost put that moniker on NaVi as well. Both these teams more than happy to play this same game. Heard in the interview at the start of the day, Blade saying he's comfortable with this style. Actually, that was MPL, but Blade saying they feel that their style is a bit of a counter to this. So both teams happy to watch the paint dry, the grass grow.
It started with an outsider's opening. Of course, Kickert going a little wide there.
But this was it, the difference. We spoke about it. If Fame doesn't get a multi-kill on the site, the round is practically done here. Right, he fluffs his line on that first. That's his defensive smoke at the front of the site right there. It forces them wide, exactly what he wanted, but just too many targets. And this is it. NaVi, 15-13. Can they get it done? Well, outsiders take us here to overtime.
Bit of a change-up, some aggression thrown into the mix, and look at that. The A player felled first. Chiron to retrieve. Awkward in the smoke, does not want to go down. And neither does Kickert, because Electronic, he's taken this by force. Outsiders map pick already. Under a whole lot of scrutiny too. Aggressive openings. Jame to be the hero, to try and extend play. And outsiders pick is going in NaVi's pocket. A role reversal of sorts. Jame on the defense. Holding the cross. It's a power position. That bomb cannot be planted unless Jame misses his shot. Good for the first. Perfecto gone. Plant to be had. Jame with flashes. Can Chiron really find the multi-kill to extend play? It seems impossible. Whoa, so is that bit. Blind, doesn't matter. Gets it on the AK. Simple's gone next. Can Jame really make anything happen? NaVi should have it here. But Jame with 3 already. No kit, surely no hope. Smoke, process of elimination, and here's the headshot. NaVi, 1-0 up in the quarterfinals. Outsiders Overpass, solved.